Peter, you are looking at phenomenon which is called the found footage movies. So what is this genre about, and why is it found footage?
Okay, so found footage horror films sort of started, well, there was one in the 1980s called Cannibal Holocaust, where a bunch of documentary makers went into the Amazonian jungle. They went to make a documentary and they all got killed by cannibals. So then,
but it's all fiction.
Yes, it's all fiction, but then the second half of the film is what the footage that they captured. So suddenly the audience is put in the position of these documentary makers. We see everything from the camera point of view of these documentary makers, and then there was Blair Witch and Cloverfield and Paranormal Activity and all that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think this genre appeared at this particular time? I mean, if we look at this Cannibal Holocaust, which is a kind of a precursor, but then, there was a whole scree of these movies in the 1990s. So why did it happen?
Yeah, in 1999 Blair Witch Project came out, and that was huge, and everyone went mad for it. They hadn't really seen anything quite like it. And so then I think that it took a while for it to get going, but around 2007 it really exploded. It was around the time of sort of Cloverfield and Paranormal Activity. I think it's to do with the advent of YouTube quite a lot. I think YouTube was 2005, and there was lots of videos of sort of traumatic events, things like 9/11, where everyone had a video camera and they were filming these traumatic events, and we were getting used to seeing really, really horrific stuff from the point of view of someone who just happened to be there with a video camera. So I think that's a main reason. I think we're getting used to watching horrific home videos, basically.
Right. So why do you think this particular technique makes these movies even more horrible than other horror movies? What's in it?
I think there's a lot of reasons. I think there's increased identification. So we all want to identify with characters. We want to sympathise with them, empathise with them. If we're seeing everything from their point of view, if we're hearing them talking to themselves as they're filming, all these sorts of things, then we're going to care more for them. In slasher films of the 80s, you didn't care for the characters. You wanted the Jason or Freddy to go and stab them, or you wanted that to happen. You didn't care about them. But in these ones, you really do. You care for the victims, and you want them to get away. And you kind of know they're not going to, because you know their footage is all that's left of them. So it's a really harrowing experience for the audience.
Is it also because it's easier to play with the audience's minds using this technique? And has it happened? Has it not happened? What's going on here? Yeah,
I think it's an overall sort of thing with media at the moment. There's more and more of these trying to sort of trick audiences. Orson Welles was trying to do it back with his War of the Worlds radio production, and people have been doing it ever since. Michael Moore makes documentaries, but how much of them is how much is reconstructed? We've always had this sort of argument about how much is real and how much is fake, and these films are really playing with that. Sometimes they pretend that their actors are dead and stuff like that to try and convince the audience it's all real.
Have there been any really unpleasant incidents in the cinemas when these films were first shown?
Yeah, I mean, there's been loads. People always go when
warning.
Yeah, when Blair Witch Project came out, there was people being apparently sort of motion sick because of the. It's the same thing with 3D. It's all trying to make the audience get into the picture. It's about immersion and stuff. So this is just another way of doing it. But yeah, it can have a real sort of psychological impact on people, I think.
But do you think we should probably draw a line somewhere there? He's just thinking, oh, maybe we should stop. Maybe it's having too strong an impact on people's fragile minds. And
I would say absolutely not. I would say that people are intelligent enough to choose what they watch. So if they don't want to see a film like that, then they should stay away, certainly. But I hope it's not going to damage anyone for life or anything.
Thank you.